Our rights do not come from God. That's your faith. That's my faith. But that's not our country. Our laws come from the collective agreement and compromise.
It's not a matter of faith, sir. It's a matter of organic law, which states we hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal and endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And the only role of government, as stated in the next sentence, is to secure those rights for us.
Spinning the law, spinning the law.
All right, that was what they call rock and roll tight, that segue, ladies and gentlemen. And joining us now is the one and only Kendall Coffey, founding member of Coffey Burlington. Hello, sir.
Friday the 13th, Valentine's Day, Saturday, President's Weekend. It's a festive time for some people.
I'll tell you. And you know what? There are going to be 3 Friday the 13th this year.
Oh, my gosh.
That's pretty weird. Yeah, pretty weird. Okay. But anyway, great to talk. Great to talk to you again. Let me start with this epic battle between Chris Cuomo and Judge Roy Moore of Alabama. They went at it for 25 minutes. To have a 25-minute segment. Anyway, you know, and Cuomo said our laws do not come from God. They come from man, and that was part of the debate. And of course, it all stems from the fact that Moore would not obey the Supreme Court order saying that Alabama has to issue a marriage license for gay marriage while the Supreme Court decides what to do in the next case. So, but let's focus on this for a second. When Roy Moore talks about organic law, and then went on eventually to cite a Supreme Court case or precedent, what's he talking about?
Well, there are theories of natural law and organic law which are invoked, and they go to basic core values and core principles, and they heavily influenced our founding fathers when the Constitution and our government system was created. But I think the question really is, if you agree to be a judge and you raise your hand and you're going to, uphold the law and the Constitution, then you're subjecting yourself to the rule of law. And there are many, many other values in the world, but as a judge, that's kind of what you signed on for. So I think some of the criticism is not so much his expression of his personal beliefs, but as a chief justice of a judicial system, is he in a position to basically dispute the law? And you may recall that of the former Attorney General of Alabama, William Pryor, who was since appointed by then President Bush to become a federal appeals court judge, actually took on then Chief Justice Moore and took him before the Judicial Qualifications Tribunal in Alabama, ultimately causing him to lose his job, not because Pryor was questioning whether he was a sincere person, but simply saying that if you're ordered by federal courts to remove the 10 Commandments from the courthouse, whether or not you agree with that, whether you are respectful of a higher power as a judge or a justice, you've got to apply the rule of law. And Attorney General Pryor was a Republican, and he's certainly a conservative person, but he lives the rule of law as he continues to do today as a federal appeals court judge.
All right, very well said. Let's move on to this American Sniper trial. A lot of people in America riveted to the proceedings, and there's a basic question here. Eddie Ray Routh, the man who shot the Chris Kyle and his friend, the defense is trying to claim, he was out of his mind. He didn't know what he was doing. He didn't know right from wrong. And there are indications, there are texts apparently from Kyle to his friend and back while they were shooting with this guy at the range, saying, "This guy's nuts. Watch my back. He's out of his mind." Does that help the defense since the two victims here were vouching for the fact that this guy was out of his mind?
Well, the defense is arguing that and other evidence of mental disorders. There is evidence of mental disorder with this defendant. But Steve, there are many people with mental disorders who are in prison, and some of them have gone to death row. To establish a defense, you have to show that the mental disorder was severe, and that you couldn't tell right from wrong. The evidence, including statements he made to a state trooper, including the fact that the defendant took off and tried to run from the police at one point, indicates that he knew what he did was wrong, whatever may have been his issues or his disturbances. That's the issue, and that's what it comes. Yeah,
and that's what it comes down to. That's what it comes down to. Kendall, have a great trifecta weekend, if that's what it was. I got Friday the 13th, and we'll speak to you soon. Kendall Coffey,
talk to you soon,
ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. We'll be back with David Platt, president of the Southern Baptist Convention's International Mission Board. Don't go away.